Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode, and today is Tuesday the 12th of May 2020 and I have a selection of royal stories to bring to you that have happened over the past 4 to 5 days. I'd like to start today's video with the news that the Queen is set to withdraw from public duties for many months in the future. This comes as the longest enforced absence in her 68-year reign. The Queen is expected to remain at Windsor Castle with the Duke of Edinburgh for an indefinite period, with palace officials confirming her safety will not be risked during the coronavirus crisis. Her Majesty normally returns to Buckingham Palace from Windsor in May, however this will no longer be happening due to the coronavirus crisis. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson said, "The Queen continues to be busy and will follow appropriate advice on engagements. And just as other members of the royal family have been doing, it would appear that the Queen will be carrying out any of her work remotely. And of course she will still be receiving her famous red boxes of official government papers, which she needs to read and often sign. It is also very much in doubt whether the Queen will, as normal, at the end of July, travel up to Scotland to begin her annual Balmoral summer break. She could potentially remain at Windsor for the rest of the year. However, what can be certain is that the Queen will be very well protected and looked after at Windsor, and I am sure that the royal family and the palace are taking no risks and are following government advice. Following on from the VE Day commemorations, which I made two live stream videos about, the royal family has tweeted, "You may have noticed the Queen's ATS cap on her desk during Her Majesty's VE Day address this evening. Did you know the Queen is the only living head of state to have served in the Second World War?" Now, I did speak about that at length. I did notice the cap when the Queen made her address to the nation. So if you'd like to watch that video, please do go and watch that. The Queen held the rank as Second Subaltern on joining the ATS. 5 months later, she was promoted to Junior Commander, the equivalent of a captain, and the images shared shows Princess Elizabeth, as she was then known, at number 1 Mechanical Training Centre of the ATS in Camberley, Surrey. In 2003, the Queen spoke fondly of her experience in the ATS, where she was reunited with the colleagues she trained alongside in 1945. She said, "I began to understand the esprit de corps that flourishes in the face of adversity and forges friendships which last a lifetime." They also shared a video of the Queen's piper who joined forces with pipers all over the world in playing in honour of VE Day 75. Pipe Major Richard Grisdale of the Royal Regiment of Scotland played when the battle's over on the Round Tower at Windsor Castle. The Queen has also sent her warmest greetings to the Channel Islands on the 75th anniversary of Liberation Day. Liberation Day is celebrated on the 9th of May to mark the end of the German occupation of the Channel Islands during the Second World War. I'm now going to read the following message. To my loyal members of the States and the people of Jersey, I send my warmest greetings on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of your liberation from enemy occupation. On this significant anniversary, I am reminded of the pleasure that my parents took in being able to visit shortly after your liberation in 1945, together with my own fond memories of visiting the island. As you remember the bravery and sacrifice of the Jersey men and women who lived through occupation, deportation and evacuation, I hope that you will join together as a community to overcome the challenges that you are facing. I send my thoughts and prayers to all the people of Jersey as you mark this most notable anniversary in the island's history. On the occasion of the 75th anniversary of your liberation from enemy occupation, I send my thoughts and prayers to all the people of Bailiwick of Guernsey. At this increasingly challenging time, I was pleased to learn that you will still be commemorating and celebrating this significant anniversary with a small number of symbolic events. As you remember the difficulties faced by islanders who lived through evacuation, enemy occupation and deportation during World War II, it is my hope that you will come together as a community using technology. To my most loyal people of the Bailiwick of Guernsey, I send my best wishes for your continued safety and prosperity. On behalf of the Queen, the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester were due to join the 75th anniversary celebrations this year, and have also sent their best wishes in a message to the Channel Islands. The Duchess and I had been looking forward to sharing the planned celebrations this weekend with the people of Jersey, Guernsey and Sark, and particularly to meeting some of the islanders who lived through the hardships of 5 years of occupation following the experience of liberation 75 years ago. Our thoughts are with you all as you commemorate this important anniversary and remember the many different experiences and grievances that occurred at this time. And we are sorry that we are not able to join you as we had hoped. We have happy memories of previous visits to Jersey, Guernsey and Sark, however, and hope to be able to come back in the near future. His Royal Highness the Duke of Gloucester. On May the 9th, this Victory Day, the Princess Royal has paid tribute to the veterans who took part in the Arctic convoys, working with Russian allies to deliver food, raw materials and critical military supplies for the Soviet war effort. She said, "Today marks 75 years since the surrender of Germany brought an end to the Second World War in Europe. On this historic day, I would like to pay tribute to the men and women of that heroic generation from many nations who kept on fighting to achieve victory." In August 2016, I had the privilege to represent the UK during a visit to Arkhangelsk to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Operation Dervish, one of the first Arctic convoys of the Second World War. Overcoming treacherous waters in deadly conditions, the Arctic convoys played a critical role in that victory, binding the Western Allies and the Soviet Union together and enabling the provision of food, raw materials and critical military supplies to the Soviet war effort. I will always remember the understanding and the respect in the welcome I and the British serving personnel received. Sailors and airmen of the Arctic convoys came from many nations, from the UK, Norway, the United States, Canada and across the Commonwealth, braving what Winston Churchill called the worst journey in the world, to keep open the umbilical cord that nurtured ultimate victory. This Victory Day, I would also like to pay tribute to the veterans and the people of the former Soviet Union. This year I was honoured to be invited to attend a wreath-laying ceremony at the Soviet War Memorial in London. I intended to accept the invitation, and I am disappointed that the current health situation has prevented this service from going ahead. It is vital that we recognise the incredible sacrifice made by the peoples of the former Soviet Union, but few people fought more bravely or suffered more grievously for the price of victory. To all those of that heroic generation still alive today, your children and grandchildren are proud of the part you played in achieving victory. As we brace ourselves to confront the challenges of today, we can take our inspiration from the courage of those who kept faith with each other and who formed a crucial chapter in the long history of friendship between the people of the UK, the people of Russia, of Ukraine, of Belarus, and of all the nations of the former Soviet Union. Anne. The route sailed by the Arctic convoys was fraught with danger, and conditions were among the worst faced by Allied sailors. As well as the threat of attack, they faced extreme cold, gales and pack ice. In 2016, the Princess Royal travelled to Russia, where she represented the Queen at commemorations to mark the 75th anniversary of the first Arctic convoys. The Countess of Wessex, who is patron, recorded a message for Blind Veterans UK for the charity's virtual VE Day party on Friday. Many of the veterans who joined the online celebration served in the Second World War.
Challenging and uncertain times. All the veterans, staff and volunteers at Blind Veterans UK are in my thoughts. The coronavirus pandemic is being felt far and wide and is having a significant impact on our way of life. Everyone is having to grapple with its effect, medically, economically and socially. But within these challenging times, we all have a part to play as a team. As the veterans of the Second World War will understand only too well, it is when we work together and support each other that a far greater strength is revealed. Your example of serving together as a team shows that we can make a greater difference to the communities we seek to support. I have been heartened to learn of the way our charity has adapted its services to continue to look after those most vulnerable, even in the face of new difficulties. I know you are all working incredibly hard and are making every effort to combine forces with others in local communities to help as many people as possible. I'd like to pay special tribute to the wonderful care teams at our Brighton Centre, as well as many others who are working so hard to ensure that residents are safe and well cared for. Thank you for all you do to be the frontline family for these veterans. As we approach the 75th anniversary of VE Day, we have an opportunity to reflect and remember that these dark moments in our history do pass. Through resilience and determination, and through our inherent spirit to look out for one another, these challenging periods are met and overcome, and we should look forward with hope. I know you will do all you can to continue to support one another, and I send every one of you my very best wishes.
Founded in 1915, Blind Veterans supports ex-servicemen and women after sight loss. Margaret Pitchard is one of the veterans who joined Friday's virtual VE Day party. Margaret joined the Women's Auxiliary Air Force in 1942 and later worked as a codebreaker at Bletchley Park. Since the coronavirus outbreak, blind veterans have ensured their most valuable veterans are supported, whether with shopping, medication or hearing a friendly voice over the phone. The Queen passed the patronage of blind veterans to the Countess in 2016. SSAFA, the Armed Forces charity, is immensely honoured to have received messages of support from both our patron, Her Majesty the Queen, and President Prince Michael of Kent on this, the 75th anniversary of VE Day. The Queen sent a letter. As patron of SSAFA, the Armed Forces charity, I am pleased to send my best wishes to the beneficiaries, volunteers, employees, and all those concerned with the charity on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of VE Day. At this increasingly challenging time, I know that you have continued to provide support to members of the armed forces and veterans together with their families. As you reflect on the charity's 135-year history, my thoughts and prayers remain with you all for your continued safety and the future success of your important work. Signed, Elizabeth R. Prince Michael of Kent wrote, As the President of the SSAFA, the Armed Forces Charity, I most strongly endorse the words of Her Majesty the Queen. The work of the charity's staff and volunteers to support servicemen and women, veterans and their families is life-changing in many ways. It allows those persons to have and maintain their independence and dignity. As we celebrate the 75th anniversary of VE Day, we should take great pride in the service and sacrifice of the men and women who served in Her Majesty's Armed Forces during the Second World War, protecting our liberty and our freedom. For many, though, the war ended on the 8th of May 1945. Their personal battles continued. SSAFA was there for them then, just as it is today, for those who need assistance. You should be extremely proud of the support you provide. Today, the nation faces a different threat, but once again, men and women are prepared to put others before self for the greater good. Those qualities reflect the values of those who helped us defeat Nazi Germany and Japan in the Second World War. They are symptomatic of the understanding, commitment, fairness and courage that is exhibited throughout SSAFA. I commend you all for what you are doing in these challenging times. His Royal Highness Prince Michael of Kent. On the 11th of May 2020, the Earl of Wessex opened Jersey General Hospital's Nightingale wing via video link. He said, I want to thank everyone in the Jersey Health Service for working so hard. Today, the 12th of May, is Charity Tuesday, and the royal family have chosen to mark International Nurses Day. They say they are highlighting the work of the Queen's Nursing Institute and their network of community nurses, health visitors and midwives. Since the COVID-19 outbreak, district nurses have been instrumental in helping those in need at home. Over recent weeks, nurses have been redeployed from their normal roles to work in the community. The Queen succeeded Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother as patron in 2002. In 2019, the organisation was recognised as the oldest nursing charity in the world. Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother Award is still given to community nurses who provide exceptional care. On the 10th of May, Clarence House tweeted, The Royal Mail plays an absolutely vital role in keeping family and friends in touch with one another. The Prince and the Duchess have written to the 90,000 postal workers at the Royal Mail, commending their dedication, resilience and hard work during this challenging time. The letter was collected from Burke Hall by postman Neil, who has been working at the Royal Mail for 36 years. The message reads, For more than 500 years, Royal Mail has linked people from across the island and far beyond. The dedication, resilience and hard work of the Royal Mail employees in all parts of the operation have long been qualities that we have both greatly admired, but the incredible value of what you do has never been more important. In recent weeks we have heard that many people have taken the time to write a letter or a card to those from whom they are separated. Receiving such a personal message at this difficult and anxious time can mean an enormous amount. We feel sure that a very large number of these special greetings will be treasured for years to come. They may even become a valuable resource for social historians in the future. Postmen and postwomen and trusted figures in our local communities, they are a constant presence in an ever-changing world. For some people they are a point of daily human contact, a friendly, familiar face. During these uncertain and worrying weeks, we are aware of just how incredibly hard you have all worked to overcome many challenges, adapted to new ways of working, and possibly had to overcome your own personal fears. Many of you, we know, have gone above and beyond what is normally expected of you. We have heard wonderful stories of postmen and postwomen checking on older, vulnerable residents, raising funds for good causes, even wearing fancy dress costumes to raise a smile. Today, as many people, ourselves included, are obliged to stay at home, the Royal Mail plays an absolutely vital role in keeping family and friends in touch with one another. For that, we can only say how deeply grateful we are and send you our kindest wishes. On behalf of everyone from all walks of life who relies on the Royal Mail for the delivery of letters and parcels, this brings you heartfelt thanks and a big thumbs up from us both. Signed, Charles and Camilla. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So, from me in Shropshire, goodbye.